I did it. I went to high school, went to university. I'm a social worker. I did that. I did it.
Good afternoon. I'm Ezra with your midday report. There has been massive damage on the streets of Umuruleng in Northwest this morning after the community took to the streets to protest. At least 3 people are dead, a dozen others are wounded. Officials say the community has been targeting cars, a school, a clinic, and also a KFC restaurant. Some stormy weather has been forecast for Gauteng and other parts. Please keep safe on the roads. A weekend of terror for 15-year-old Mokotong has ended outside Parys in Bloemfontein, miles from home, where she and her boyfriend, David Machabo, had been running away from the cops. Allegedly, David Machabo shot and killed Mokotong's parents. Police gave chase to his car and they finally apprehended him in Parys. In the car, it was him and his girlfriend. The big question on everyone's mind, especially the police, is, was the girl abducted or did she go along with the boy willingly?
I did it. I went to high school. I'm a social worker. I'm good. I did good. I remember this one fight they had. It was a horror. It really was. Mama had just returned from hospital. She had a broken lip. She had been gone for days. My baby brother was still a baby. And Mama, she was shaking the whole day in the house, walking up and down in the kitchen, breathing, heaving, working herself up. He, my father, he just sat on the couch, watching TV. They had been drinking since Mama returned and they were still drinking, both of them. J and B on the rocks. Mama walking from kitchen to table, sink to table, fridge to table, couch to table. And after a bit of walking, she said to him, "Ke madi." He gave her the money, put it on the kitchen table. Ke yona fela. Wa ba bona bana ba ya kae? O reketseng ka ntwe? And he said, "The return tse 7 tse a se tsaka ka moka." Pointing to me. Seratane se a se saka. Halo batla papaye. He walked out to their bedroom, got dressed, oiled his face. He then took the money he had put on the table for her, pocketed it, walked out of the house, past the gate, into the street. 3rd house from ours. He stops. He speaks to Ntate Ramokgopa. Loudly, he complains about us not being his kids. They walk across to the spot. This should be the drinking spot. This is not far from the house. They get a beer and sit on garden chairs, pass the drink amongst each other. I think I was about 10 years old. I remember looking from the house as he walked across the road with our money in his hand, wearing only the best. He wore a parabellum hat, heavy shirt, the most expensive shoes. He smelled like money. He sauntered so we all saw him. Me, my mother, especially my mother. Expensive pants, and he sat on garden chairs. His friends were admiring him, praising him. He looked back at us, making sure we see him. He flirted, or like shouted at different women who walked by. Bella yo lekker ding yo mupako odi bra ngwanong ka modira weitsi. My mother would look out the window, watching all of this, and she would mumble to herself, The police say they found a car, and in the car, the young girl was scared, scared, just crying and screaming. The police say early Sunday morning, David brought Mokotong home after a night out together. Mokotong's parents summoned Machabo back into their house. He returned, concealing a handgun, and during an argument, David allegedly shot Mokotong's father in the head, then shot her mother. Police say Mokotong's 7-year-old sister and 5-year-old brother, Karabo, saw all of this, their father being killed right in front of the door. Neighbors are shocked. She, standing by the window, breathing, would walk back to the sink and take my brother and try to feed him from her breast. But nothing comes out. And while drinking and smoking, try to fix a bottle for him, holding the baby, drinking. And I would say to her, Bomma, cigarette hle. Ere ke tshware ngwana ne? Ere ke tshware ngwana bomma. So on this day, my father was standing over there at the drinking place, laughing, drinking, smoking. His friends praising him for a new baby, for his nice clothes, for things. She sitting inside, drinking, fuming, smoking. And suddenly, just gave me the baby. Put the baby in my lap. She gets this big cast iron pan in the kitchen. Bursts out the house, past the gate, into the street, stands in the middle of the streets and shouts, Maseba, lenyelene, o bona gore puku e tsamaya e jiwa di yellow black. Kamo, bana bao ba lla. Philo baka ele hore ke buhlaka-hlakantshitse because of wena. Maseba, o bua jwang hore bana ba asbao? He looks up from his beer, and admiring friends sees her and says, Musuna Mao.
She runs across the street, goes straight for him, into the gate, lunges at him, the cast iron pot leading him. She misses Datemboramukopa, who beckons my father to catch his woman. The other men, they come around her, behind her, prowling, they grab her, hold her hands, she swings with the weight of the pot, and they all scurry.
All smiling, wondering, my father, still sitting, drinks his beer. Sipping slowly, he stares at my mother. She says to him, Wa utsiba musunu wa maka. Ulo wa ubona wena, wa ulata mabitleng gore utsibe. Wa musunu wa maka. he shouts at her. But he's not moved by her swearing or her heavy breathing or iron pot. She lunges one more time with her pot. He moves. She hits the chair. She returns quickly, but he grabs her by the neck, drops her to the ground with her pot, starts kicking her in the stomach, and kicks with all he has. Sefe, kunkile, ka o fa lehae le bana ba hao ba sa o batle, wa mpata la ka bofebe, ka nka dirathane tsa hao, jwale o batla hore ke etseng? My brother shouted at me to get away from the window. Later, I asked him, King Siratan. Ish, ke ngwana o senang tate. I asked him, is that what I am? My older brother nodded.